Fancy meeting you here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking through another sketchbook. It's a little bigger, a little older, but it's got some art in it, so let's get to it. Alright, so I finished this sketchbook 1 full year ago, so it's a little older, but I was pretty happy with it. It is, to this date, the biggest sketchbook that I have filled, and I had a lot of fun with it. As you can see, I bedazzled the front with a lot of stickers, and let's dive right into it. So, I started it on a road trip to the Grand Canyon, but I didn't really get back to it until a couple months later, because I was like, nah, it's too big, I can't dive in. But we have a little ogre friend on this side here. He's probably my favorite drawing in the whole sketchbook. He's an icon. This was the very first draw this in your style that I ever did. Yeah, that was fun. Every year at New Year's, I do a New Year's drawing. So this you can see in the shadow here. It's an 18 and his little shadow is a 19 and he's passing the torch. 2018 is passing the torch to 2019. Real symbolic. It's going from black and white to color. You got some wizards. Yeah, this was before I sketched in red pencil, so you'll see a lot of smudging. This is the old design of Turgor the Toad. Thankfully, I redesigned since then because it's mildly terrifying. I watched Into the Spider-Verse this year when I did this. A good movie. This was me playing around with a line of action, figuring out some drawing fundamentals. This was me designing my spider Sona. He's a medieval Spider-Man guy who's like got sick armor and he like has grappling hooks and little wind up things. So that was fun. This was, I was designing an album cover for someone. I wanted it to be a bird. And we gotta flip it around for this one. Because I did it upside down, but I was pretty happy with this perspective drawing. It's a little more ambitious than what I would normally do. We got some ladies. And this was drawn by my friend Dan. He's a very good artist, and now we can go this way. This was, I was watching Planet Earth, a very good show. This is Turgor. We're slowly morphing his design. Oh, we gotta flip it back. All right. Here's just some watercolor studies, Pikachu, Sir Gibson McNugget, my travel companion. A good lad. This was the second Draw This in Your Style that I ever did, and one of my most liked posts. Made a little comic, When the World is Muted, Adventures Can Be Amplified. Just my way of saying that music's pretty sick. Mary and the Witch's Flower, it's on Netflix. Very good film. It's by a bunch of the people who make Studio Ghibli movies. They went and made their own studio. It's called Studio Pontiac, and they made this movie. Impeccable. This is my dog as a human. She's very athletic, but she's very injury prone, so I drew with a broken arm there. Just some character designs. Just doodling with a gold pen. Yeah. A lot of these drawings I'm not super happy with, but I like this page, some alpacas. So I just watched How to Train Your Dragon 3, a stellar movie. There's the happy couple. This is Gerald. He's a fisherman. He's actually, so here's the lore behind Gerald. He has a twin. His name is actually Weston. Okay, we'll get back to that. I draw him more later. This is where I redesigned Turgor to what he looks like more now. He's changed a little bit since then, but this is bigger eyes, more cartoony. I was like, man, I actually like drawing this character now. Pretty happy with that face too. So here, we got Gerald, and who's actually Weston and Easton, and they are twins. And it's like, this was based in my friend's D&D game where there's people representing the points of the compass and the north and the south where these kids' parents, and then they're twins, and then Gerald's the last one alive and he becomes all old and deranged and a fisherman. This is Mermaid. Just designing some mermaids. That was my mermaid illustration for last year. I was pretty happy with it. I like that drawing still. It's pretty wholesome. Little business girl. These were just playing around with watercolor. No Adventures. The Hobbit. What a good series. Turgor striking a pose. A lad. Some of my friends. A lot more of my friends. This was just designing a little forest man and all the activities he does in a day. This was just some doodles. I drew this. I was pretty happy with the drawing. It's a lady and her greyhound mount. And then I drew her again with a little baby greyhound. Oh, I was happy with this spread. Just drawing fashion. I just looked up fashion from different decades and then I doodled them. This is a bad business boy and a good business boy. But I was really sad because I drew with Copics on the other side and then it bled through. And I wasn't even really happy with that one either. Unfortunate. This was another draw this in your style. I was quite happy with how that one turned out. I'm very proud of that knee. A good knee. This was me designing like a god hunter type lady. Pretty cool. I think the nice thing about large sketchbooks is you have more liberty to be super messy, you just can expand your drawing scale, which is good. This was me planning for Inktober, and I was like, I'm gonna do it with Turgor, but then I was like, it's just kinda, it was a lot, so I was like, no, we're gonna design a new character. So I was gonna do a wizard, and like maybe they level up as they go along, because I was gonna write a story, and then I cut out a drawing here because I did a drawing, and then you can see the character that I did end up going with peeking through. This was the initial sketch that I was happy with there. That's the one. So this is Emil. I actually don't know how to pronounce her name. I wrote it a bunch, and I wrote that upside down, so I never actually filled it out. But this was after I watched a sketchbook tour that had just vibrant characters in it, and I was like, I want to draw vibrant characters. Just inking. This is with some Tombow brush pens. Turgor. More inking practice. I just wanted to loosen up. Oh, these were Assiniboine Zoo 30-ish second sketches. So I took a bunch of photos when I went to the zoo, and then I doodled them when I got back. That was probably my favorite one that I did. Animals are fascinating. Here's a scene of some desert guys riding on big old yaks. Pretty happy with that. Looks kind of nifty. This was some inking. I did watercolor shapes, and then I filled this bird. Look at him go! A chonky llama, a dragon, some weird knight. And then this was a character page. Turgor the Toad info sheet. Name Turgor. Date of birth. So a lot of this changed actually, because this is over a year old. Cyrene and Tundra. That's some very obscure parents' names. Next, bread. I'm gonna probably have to redo this, but yeah, because his design's changed even a little bit since then, but I do like my boy. And there's the final spread of the sketchbook. Saying goodbye. And so that's this sketchbook. I want to do another BEEG sketchbook. They're quite fun, and they're also fun to look through. Just need a lot of stickers to cover the cover, so that's this sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed looking through it with me, and we'll see you in the next one.